So I'm recording at this point, and what uh, uh, what I want to talk about first of all is just what's going on in the industry as a whole. Just a couple of pieces of news. NAR just hired a new CFO, um, and that was announced, I think, yesterday. Um, so the kind of a whole new team at the head of NAR. Not surprising. And the second thing going on there with NAR is that they've replaced their outside legal counsel. They didn't do a very good job for them on the Stitzer Bennett lawsuit. So changes at the head of NAR, that's to be expected. Nothing new in terms of status of any new lawsuits. IAR, you should have gotten today a notification from Indiana Association of Realtors. And one of the key areas in there that I always go to is I want to know that they produce two videos talking about violations of the Code of Ethics. And there were, I think, 157 Code of Ethics violations in 2024. And these are Code of Ethics violations that were actually reported and went to arbitration or mediation or were somehow dealt with. So there were probably many more ethics violations that didn't get reported. And they go through article by article, and the most commonly violated ones. But one of the ones that I thought was interesting was they talk specifically about social media and what a minefield that can be. And so, for instance, you have a bad um, uh, you have a bad experience with another real estate agent or with another real estate brokerage. And so you go on social media to vent about it, and um, uh, that can lead to an ethics violation. So you want to be very careful about venting online. But there's other ways to be caught. Let's say you're not the one venting. Someone else is venting, and you're on social media and you see a friend of yours, or you see another real estate agent on one of the real estate groups venting about either a particular agent or about a particular model of sales model, something of that sort. If you even put a comment on there or even an emoji below the post, you could be hauled in for an ethics violation. So you need to be very careful on social media in terms of venting and agreeing with someone who's venting. Now, if it's just something in general, you're probably okay, but you want to really be careful about venting about a specific agent or a specific brokerage or a specific model. So just keep that in mind. Keep yourself safe on social media. Also, news item, Rocket Companies, which is, Rocket Mortgage and that whole thing. Rocket is buying Redfin. So interesting consolidation there going on. Rocket buying Redfin, that's kind of positioning themselves to handle the whole real estate transaction from mortgage all the way through. So just just something interesting for you. Um, Realty World, there's a class coming up on the 19th, which is next week. But there's a class coming up on the 19th called Updated Digital Marketing Strategies. And it's at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Highly recommend that you consider joining that class. And you can go online and reserve your spot for that. Not that you have to reserve a spot because it won't be full, but uh, it does allow you to interact directly with uh, uh, I'm spacing her name now. Here, I'll look here and I'll Gabrielle. It does allow you to interface directly with Gabrielle, and she is a wonderful source of information. So I really highly recommend that you avail yourselves of the training that's available through Realty World University. So, any questions on anything that I've covered so far, or just questions in general that you'd like to bring up to the group or to me? Okay, I'm not hearing any questions, so I'm presuming that that means there are no questions. Um, so what I want to talk about is um, some video marketing ideas. And I sat on a meeting of brokers with Jay Rose, and so we discussed lead generation and different aspects. And there were several very high producing agents on that meeting, Zoom meeting. The interesting thing is that everybody agrees that if you're not growing your database, then your business is going to decline. You can't just, everybody says, well, I run primarily a referral-based business, and that's good. That's what everybody wants to do, is work with referrals and people and things of that sort. But the fact of the matter is, even with a referral-based business, if you're not growing your referral base, then your business is going to decline because people drop out of the market, people end up using a different realtor. Um, and so, one of the challenges is kind of twofold. One challenge is keeping your database with you so that they don't go and use another agent. How many times has somebody called you up and said, hey, are you still in real estate? Well, if they ask you that question, are you still in real estate? That kind of tells you you're not communicating often enough with that client because they should know that you're still in real estate, because they should see all the time that they should get communication from you that you're still in real estate. So you want to make sure that happens. Um, the other thing is, okay, so the second thing is, that goes with your current people. The second thing is adding new people, and you need to add those new people to replace those people that drop off. Otherwise, your business is going to decline and decline and decline until it goes to nothing. And all of us would like to eventually be able to sell our business to somebody else. And if we don't have a good solid database that's producing leads for us, we have nothing to sell. So the only way that you're going to position yourself to be able to sell your real estate business when you're ready to retire and get out of the business, that is, if you want to get out of the business, then you need to have a strong database that's producing leads for it to have any value to any other real estate agent. So just keep that in mind. And just for yourself, if you're okay with a declining income, then you don't need to care and feed for your database. But most of us want to either keep our income the same or raise it slightly. And in order to do that, we need to continue to grow our database. And there's some relatively easy ways to do that. And so one of the ways to do that I want to talk to you about is doing video and specifically video market updates, because these are good to retain your current clients as well as to win new clients to your database. So I'm gonna talk about that. And these tools are simple to use. You already have them. And you don't need to have a professional photographer and script and etc. Just be you. That's all you need to be, is you. People respond better to genuine videos than they do to highly produced, slick marketing videos. So if you do a highly produced, slick marketing video, it's not going to be as well received as somebody who's just honestly talking to you, sharing their knowledge with you, and just being genuine in what they're doing. So you don't have to have cutting edge video to do this. You do need to be consistent. Consistency is one of the keys to being successful. And I'm going to show you an easy way to record your videos, and that's using Zoom itself. And so let me just share my screen here. And okay, now you should be seeing now my screen, and you should see all yourselves on the screen. Is that what you see? This matrix of faces and non-faces. Do you see that? Somebody unmute and tell me.
I see your email.
You see my email?
That's
Yeah.
what I see. That's what I see too. Your email.
Interesting. You don't actually see this screen that I'm on right now.
Nope.
Now
What do
I
you
see
see now?
mouse.
Your screen, you're like,
Your
that's
main
the
screen.
screen.
Now it's your screensaver.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting.
But
It's not
I did
actually-
notice when we were talking about video that only 2 people were on video and the other 9 were not.
Are you going to call out names?
I just called
It's
We're
called
everybody.
not going to name
multitasking, Sean.
names, but
I was
When-
still in bed, Sean, so don't say names.
we're not going to say names, Linda.
Oh, rats.
Well, this isn't going to work very well for me. Okay, so I'm going to have to describe this to you. So if you look at your screen, and you should at the bottom where it says, it's got a little round thing and it says record. Do you see that on your screen? At the
No.
bottom of your screen.
No.
Are you looking at your well, I'm sharing the screen, so it might not work since I'm
I
sharing the screen.
see it now. Little circle that says record.
Okay, let me stop my share here because this isn't going to work the way I wanted it.
It's a little circle that says record, right?
Pardon?
It's a little circle that says record.
Yeah, you see the record button down there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, here, I can do it this way. Okay, let's see.
Second order shock in the stock market return. So in today's context, the market may be moving from pricing tariffs they thought were just for negotiations to tariffs no matter what. That is, it's not uncertainty maybe over policy now, but uncertainty over what many in the market consider to be bad policy. So,
and Steve, you brought up a really interesting point yesterday afternoon, which
Okay. This is getting to be a challenge here. Okay, do you see my Zoom screen now?
Yes.
Ah, okay. So if you want to use Zoom to record video, all you do is come up here. You see the host button here? And
Yes.
if you click on that, you can host a meeting with just you in it, with video on, with video off, or screen share only. But you can host a meeting that way. Now it won't let me host a meeting because I'm already on a meeting. So I can't show you, I can't press this and then show you the meeting because then I'll drop you on the other meeting. But this is where you go when you want to record a video. So you just go to host, not join, host with video on, and you click that and it'll pull up your screen. So that's kind of where you start on that. Now, let me get rid of that again. So then down at the bottom of your screen, you have your record button. And you just hit the record button. It'll ask you, do you want to record to the cloud or to your computer? You could do either. If you record to the cloud, Zoom will store it for you, and then you can download it. If you want to save that step of downloading, you can just save it directly to your computer. So you have a choice of where you save your video. So that's just the mechanics of doing the video. So it's very easy to do. You just hit record and then you start talking. Look at your camera and it makes it more personal, but there's some other tools that you can use to make your videos even better. But don't worry about those right now. It's more important that you do video than it is that your video be perfect. If it's not so great, that's genuine. That's how it is. And so people will respond to that a lot quicker than they will to slick marketing type things. Now, what I want to show you next is what to talk about on your videos. So if I come in here to Domus Analytics, and this is if you go to MyBore Central, you should be seeing my MyBore Central screen, right?
Yes.
If you go to MyBore Central and you click on Market Insights, MyBore Market Insights, which is this thing right over here, it takes you to this page here, MyBore Market Insights, which is Domus Analytics. And last week we looked at the market infographic. So if you remember from last week, we looked at this market infographic. And this is a tool that you could use in your videos. And so I'm just going to pull this up for you. You'll remember it from last week. I don't know why this is so slow, maybe because I'm on a Zoom call. There we go. And so it's pulling up this screen that we looked at last week. It's not populated it yet. It's a little slow moving as a result of that. But at any rate, now it's so you see it. And you could just talk about this right here. However, there's another one that's a little bit more interesting, I think, than this one. So I'm going to get out of that one. And I'm going to look at the market review. And the market review is kind of a cool one to do a video about. And I'll show you why when I pull this up. Now, again, it's going to take a minute here, I suppose, because I have this Zoom meeting running. It was running real fast before. So never works fast when you're in a call. But this is kind of a cool chart. It's a one-page chart, and you have all the same statistics that you can get, but this one has little graphs, and it has both in one view. It's got compared to a year ago, as well as the prior month, which is kind of cool. So let's go up here and just take a look at, instead of all properties, I just want to look at single family homes. Now you could do this for condos and et cetera. I don't want to look at all counties. I just want to look at Hamilton County. So I'm going to choose Hamilton County. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to select townships. So I'm going to hit, I'm going to unselect all of them. And let's just say I'm going to do Clay Township in Carmel. Okay, so I've now chosen Clay Township. And so here's my numbers that are populating now for single family residences in Hamilton County in Clay Township. And what it's going to do is going to show me all of my numbers, really the same numbers that I had over on the other sheet. But it also shows a little graph, and it shows me compared to February 2024 on this side and compared to January 2025 on this side. So you can see, for instance, a median sales price in Carmel is down from a year ago. It's down from January 2025. And you can kind of see what's been happening on the graph. A lot of up and down. So a lot of volatility in pricing in the Carmel real estate off market. And so then over here, these are closed sales. There were 56 of those. And you can see what happened over time. And it has dropped off a cliff here recently. So we're down 6% year over year compared to February 2024. And we're also down 3.4% compared to January. So you can see pretty sharp decline here in closed sales. Then median days on market, they're pretty strong. They went up for a while. Okay, so for a while they were up, and now they've dropped back down to about 5 days on market. And that's kind of neutral right now. It's not above or beyond last month or last year. It's kind of the same. List price received. Okay, so, this tells the story. We went through that period where we were getting over list price all the time and bids and et cetera. And you can see what's happened. That has declined. And then it declined big time through November and December. And now it's come back up a little bit. So it's up from January and up from February a year ago as far as list price received. And that's probably because of a lack of inventory. So we are seeing that. Then it also goes into your median sold, your new listings, and et cetera. But what you can do is you make your video and you just simply go through and explain this, do a screen share, go through and explain this to your clients. And then when you're finished, you hit stop recording. and it will stop recording. And at that stage, then you're free to stop your recording, and now you have a recorded market update report. And keep these, you want to keep these pretty short. So if you can keep it under 5 minutes, great. The shorter, the better. So you don't want to go through ad nauseum on every run. You just want to do a quick snapshot. But you could see that you could do one of those for every one of your markets that you do business in. So you could do one for Carmel, you could do one for Fishers, you could do one for Westfield, you could do one for Noblesville. So all the markets that you might want to work in, you could do a video explaining what's going on, kind of a market snapshot. And then you just post that to your YouTube channel. And once you've got it posted to your YouTube channel, you can then promote that on social media. You can email it out to your customer base. So it's actually, in a lot of ways, it's more valuable than a newsletter in that people get a snapshot of what's going on in the market. And you might want to further tailor it so that if you're going to email it out, for instance, to your database, you can sort your database by different markets. So you wouldn't want to email Fisher's market stats to your clients that live in Carmel. So your clients in Carmel, send them the Carmel market stats. If they live in Westfield, send them the Westfield market stats. If they live in Lawrence Township in Marion County, send them the Lawrence Township stats. They live in Washington Township, Marion County, send them the stats for their area, and they'll be interested in that. So that's interesting information. And it's real easy to do right on Zoom, using Zoom as your tool for recording videos. So questions on how to do that? Did everybody get that? Now, the question is anybody going to actually do it?
I couldn't see it. I would need to watch the video.
Huh?
I couldn't see it. I need to watch the video.
Okay. I will, you know, one of the things I think I'm going to try to do here is make a video to show you how to do it if I can. But it's interesting that I can't see, that you can't see my screen, but I can in a screen share. So I may make a little tutorial for you on how to do this. So any other questions? All right. Have a great day today. Hope this was useful to you. It will be if it helps you grow your database. So good luck in working with your business, and we'll see y'all later.
Thank you,
Thank
Jim.
you.
Okay.
Bye,
Yeah,
thank you.
bye.